And we're live! Hi, this is Mahaveli from Egypt, and I am joining my friends at the DML conference live. We've got with us a group of really awesome people who are online, and I'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll take about half an hour to ask you questions before they go back to the conference. So, Mimi, do you want to start?
Sure. Hi, I'm Mimi To. I'm Research Director of the Digital Media and Learning Hub at UC Irvine.
Hi, I'm Mia Zamora. I'm the director of the Kane University Writing Project, and I'm a professor at Kane University.
And my buddy for DML.
I'm Alan Levine. Yeah. She's the buddy. Alan Levine. I don't have a title, but I'm a friend of Maha's. I hope.
A friend of all of ours, Alan, yeah. I'm Christina Cantrill. I work for the National Writing Project.
Hi, I'm Anna Smith. Nice to meet you, Maha, in person. I guess this isn't really person, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is. It's live. Actually, it's face to face.
Yeah,
at least.
and maybe it's a person.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. We've only uploaded on Twitter and blogs.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm Anna Smith, and I'm currently a postdoctoral fellow in writing and new learning ecologies at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
Okay. And we actually do have someone joining us virtually. This is Scott Johnson. Scott, can you hear us? Can you talk?
Yeah, I think I can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Scott.
Scott, do you want to tell us where you're joining us from?
I'll just hold it like this just to get it. Sorry if I'm annoying. I'm trying.
Where are you, Scott?
I'm in Alberta, where they just announced that Athabasca College is insolvent.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay. So let's go talk about that later.
Yeah, let's skip that.
So this is bad news. Okay, so Mimi, tell us how the conference is going so far.
The conference has been great. We had a good kickoff session, which I think started with some really hard questions about equity and race and opportunity that Ben Jones and Maria Teresa Kumar brought to the table. But I think they did a fabulous job because they were asking the hard questions, but in a way that was very engaging and welcoming and not at all preachy, which I think is very hard to do and was eminently tweetable. They know what they're doing, those folks.
You want to weigh in, Ellen, or anybody?
Just to, I mean, and the way Van said, like, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go down here. We're going to bring you down, but we're going to bring you up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very inspiring, and I think it was very important to start the conference with this kind of frame, because when you go into the panels, you're drilling down into some of the specificity of the work, but this note to open on really made us all think about the activist nature of this conference.
Well, and the theme of equity. I was thinking about the theme of equity, and they're very U.S.-centric equity issues around immigration and incarceration. So I'm interested in hearing how that is spread internationally. But then also, we were just talking about drilling down. So something that came up in a session that we just had right afterwards about some of the efforts with the National Writing Project is we were talking about people's interest in turning the conversation from just making or just connecting to the content that we're making and we're connecting about. So what are we doing with this making? What are we doing with this connecting? And so those questions, I think, in the beginning, were great to create this equity front and center about what is it we're coding. We're coding, but what are we coding? And what are we coding for? And so that was great.
Yeah, I was also going to say that just the sort of discussion about equity in those really clear terms and the systemic terms. I was thinking about the sort of systems that are perpetuating and how, we talk a lot about systems thinking frame and having to sort of support systems thinking, but I was thinking about that it's our agency within that kind of framework that's really needed here in our work, really thinking that way. And then just the implications of, the hallway talk or whatever. So Meryl Alper published Digital Youth with Disabilities, and then I saw her in the hallway, so I got her to sign it. But that got us talking. Yeah, that just got us talking about how important that work is, and actually how disproportionately youth and minorities have in the U.S. are in special education and in remedial classes in school. So there's this like whole other level that didn't come up today that I didn't come up yet, but is coming up in the hallways and you know, really like talking about, you know, how this is all sort of part of the same like systemic problems that or systemic challenges that we really need to address.
And there is going to be an Ignite about that very topic.
Yay!
In the Ignite session, which is live. So, but you will be asleep hopefully
At 5:30.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they're recorded, right? So they're live streamed and they're
Yeah,
recorded
they're
as well, right? Because I didn't get a chance to catch any of the live stuff. Okay. And Alan, tell me what your session's been about, or comment on whatever else you want to comment on. I read the titles. I read the titles of your talk and Anna's talk, I think, before coming in, but I can't remember right now because it's after midnight.
Mine was creating connected courses without expensive acronyms or something like that. And I was going to like start off with this rant about, you know, panel discussions, because usually they end up being, you get 5 people up there and they talk for 10 minutes in little presentations, but the opening panel didn't do that.
You were super engaged.
Yeah.
So we didn't do any slides. We just we had Ben Wordmuller and Erica Ritchie from Known, which is an interesting platform. Tim Owens with Reclaim Hosting, and Jonathan Worth from Phonar, and then Laura Gibbs. Hey, Scott's living room.
Oh my God, Laura Gibbs! Laura Gibbs is there.
Yeah. We've been like online buddies for like 15 years and never met. It was the first time we met.
Alan is modeling open, connected, and participatory. Just his being exudes.
Wow.
Connected,
Can I get that tattooed on me?
Yeah, that's right.
But really, we just we had all this discussion and we kind of riled up the audience, and so we just had like an hour and a half of conversation that we didn't plan, and I had a blast.
It was a good session. It was a great
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, but I didn't know Laura Gibbs was a DML. I want to see her too.
We have a lot of connected coursers. I'm going to have to go to my session, but before I go, I have to make sure you know about DML 2055. And you should
is it in Cairo?
Maybe you can come.
Freedom. I am from Freedomia. Freedom Academy. Oh, you're Freedomia too. There's Pragmatica and also Equalia. So we're talking about the 3. So, you know, that's, check out DML 2055 hashtag, and also hashtag Freedomia, Equalia, and Pragmatica if you would like to have a voice in the future of DML 50 years from now.
I have to say, this makes a lot of sense. I got a tweet that said, "Welcome to Equalia," and I didn't know what it was. I'm like, Equalia? What are those spammers?
I think I got Freedomia. I think I got the Freedomia, and I was like, what is that? So that's probably what that was then.
I think you're in.
I guess I'm in. Somebody put me in.
That's fun. So Mimi's now prepping for the next big session, which is a breaking boundaries session. So there's different labels for the different threads of this conference. I don't know, maybe one of Anna, can you grab the? Yeah, because I don't have them all on top off the top of my head. I know one of them is online learning, right? And then there's breaking boundaries. But this panel. She's up on the stage right now. Okay. Actually, I can just turn the screen so the audience can get a glimpse of the room, and then they're there.
Believe it or not, yeah, it's a lot of fun virtually to just take a look at what the room looks like, because even when you stream, usually you don't get to see the room really. You just get to see the stage.
Yeah. So these are the tracks that they have. So blurring boundaries, broadening equitable access within and between learning institutions and networks. There's expanding freedoms through digital media design and practice locally and globally. Design, media, and youth civic engagement. Digital media and youth civic engagement. Open learning and education technologies, and then equity by design. So I know that in one of the sessions with expanding freedoms through digital media, it was one of the first sessions that was primarily, I think, in Hindi, and then it was translated to English.
Mm-hmm. I read about that. I read about that one on Twitter.
I was busy presenting in a different session, but I saw some tweets about that.
We were
exciting.
There's so many amazing and dynamic panels happening at once that no matter what you're doing, you feel like you're missing something else that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sign of a good conference, right? And then you can meet in the hallways and follow up on whatever you did. Alan, you were saying something?
No, I wasn't. I think I was just agreeing.
That's good. When you have a room full of women, you just agree. That's a good choice.
Oh, I just noticed.
Christina, I was thinking. Christina, I was thinking because of the theme of this conference, and then one of the topics we were thinking of doing at Connected Learning TV is related.
Yep.
So if you can help us scout people that you think would be good people to have on some of these sessions, that would be good.
Yes, I will.
And nobody knows what we're talking about, but that's fine.
Yeah, so can I just say what we're talking about? So I'm really excited because Maha and Sharma.
Sam Sharma,
yeah, is they are co-curating a CLTV session in July that's picking up on. It's not about CL MOOC, but it's picking up on themes that are coming out of CL MOOC. And so the Tequity strand that Maha and Joe and has sort of been developed as one of the key pieces we want to go through July. So for sure, and maybe everybody here could also think about people that you hear or talk to this weekend, or you could be part of that series. Does that make sense? Yeah. Send Maha ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yes. Great. Exactly. And then hopefully Anna's going to facilitate one of the sessions that I can't facilitate because I'm going to be in Ramadan, right?
Yeah.
And so.
We're thinking about transliteracy, so we're thinking about, it's a framework that we're working on, but it's really taking up these ideas of we are mobile learning creatures. So we're not we've structured learning in particular ways worldwide, and so how can we start to understand the learning that's happening and the literacy that's happening between all of the spaces that we've structured, right? So inclusive of the things we've structured as well. And we'll have one of the CLTV sessions.
And all that information I think should be online in about couple weeks, right? Just sort of an overview of the series for July, and then we can share it around. So that's great.
Yeah.
So,
and then speaking of CL MOOC, that's starting in a few days, 18th, right, Christina?
Tomorrow. But we're kicking off.
And that's how I met Mia, and then Mia and I went again to C courses, and then we co-authored a paper that's going to be published really soon.
Oh, awesome.
So it's really interesting, the kind of connections. And I got to know Ellen through C courses, actually, as well.
Oh,
yep.
It's all connected.
We're all connected.
And then I taught this semester using the, Alan helped me get that thing set up. So.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The aggregator, the blog aggregator?
Oh, that was awesome. And I meant to say how grateful I was for that support and how well it went.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
So that was great.
Yeah, I used the blog aggregator. Is that the one you're talking about? The blog syndication where you get all your students. I use that as well.
Cool.
Yeah,
it made my life so much easier.
Me too.
It makes it easier too, but I think it's pretty powerful to see everybody blogging together in that way. Because folks at first were not, they themselves weren't bloggers, most of them, from the get-go. So they weren't, they didn't really have a habit of reading each other, and so it
made it much more facile.
It made it much more a part of the water that they were reading each other. And then I picked up on, I credit Anna for the 5 Fridays at CL MOOC, right? And so we picked up on that, and so everybody, they hacked it though. They decided it had to be Seek 6 Saturday because they couldn't get to it on Friday. But anyway, but it was great. And then the aggregator was just a really important tool in that. So
that's cool. Yeah. I have some hopes over the summer to kind of wrap a lot of that. Most of the projects I've done for that with people have been a lot of custom work for the site, which some of the things weren't available to you, like a sign-up form and a blog roll. So with the project I'm doing for Virginia Commonwealth with Gardner, I'm hoping that we can roll a lot of stuff into a plugin. So
I'm interested in doing the same thing.
It's still a lot of moving parts to get it working, but everybody here's done it.
Once I set up the first connected course and just was able to do that syndication, the second time, because I've taught 2 courses with that mechanism on the WordPress site, I have to say that all I did was kept going back to the old one and copying every single thing I did.
What do you think I do?
Because I could not remember what I did, all the steps.
That's how we do any
But,
of
yeah.
this.
So why not just go back to your own templates, right?
I know I've done this before.
Yeah, that's how you teach yourself to code too, right?
I mean, now you could teach anybody else to do that too.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
just an
easily.
instinct of sorts to
That's
like.
how I do CSS.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a good way to go. There's no need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, exactly. The first time you build the wheel, though, you need a little help, and Alan has been a major figure in that regard.
Do you think I could get Maha to do my word game?
Yes,
Wouldn't that be fun?
let's have her do the word game.
Okay.
As okay, we have a fun DML game, and Alan's going to have you play, and that will be our sign off, because in a minute we're going to have to get quiet ourselves in the corner here.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me find a good word.
Oh,
Okay.
I think I want to remix this for our table.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a word game on our table in the cafe on Saturday.
So this
Perfect.
this completely came out of Twitter. So this will be a little tricky. So I'm showing people a single word. It's based upon a lot of buzzwords, and I want you to, when I show you the word, I want you to say it like it's the best thing in the world. And I'm going to record you, okay? I don't know if you'll be able to see the word on the camera very well.
Can you see it?
Supersize.
Okay.
So put your acting chops
Get
on.
really excited.
Supersize.
Awesome.
It looks like you're doing a commercial. It looks like you're doing a commercial.
You were like, I can't believe it's really supersized.
I brought out all the Texas in me for that one.
It kind of reminds me of like fast food, like enthusiasm.
Yes.
or something.
Yes, exactly.
I'm showing this
Okay.
So I guess we probably have to sign off because we have to
Yes,
settle.
I'm gonna let you guys go. This was so much fun.
It
Thank you
was
so much,
fun.
Mia. And I'll see you tomorrow with Howard Reingold.
Yep. We'll see you.
Thank
And
you.
I'll.
Are you guys
Thank you,
presenting
everyone.
tomorrow?
We're presenting tomorrow. Our panel is tomorrow, but also we'll be visiting with Maha beforehand just to give her more updates.
So that's 12:30 your time, right? 12:30 Pacific.
Yep. 12:30 Pacific time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have fun. Thank you so much for making the time to meet me.
And thank you.
And I'm
for-
sorry, Scott, that didn't get a
for
chance to
bringing
talk.
this-
But bye, everybody. I'll let you know when we're off the air. I'll let you know when we're off the air.
And thank you again for this series, Maha. I'm really excited about it.
Yes. I'll talk to you soon, yeah?
Okay, yep.
Bye.